I want you to imagine what life in our world would be like without light. Now, the immediate thing we all think of is the difficulty of movement in the dark, but plenty of creatures, humans included, can navigate without sight. Light and dark, specifically day and night, serve as markers of time. Light allows us to experience color. Warmth and light are intrinsically linked to one another. Light is essential to the growth of plants, which feed us and feed our other food sources. As intangible as light may be, it is essential to life on earth. And it's essential to the experience God has created us for. So when we read Genesis chapter 1, verse 2 through 5, we should keep that in mind. It says this: "The earth was without form and void, and darkness was over the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God was hovering over the face of the waters. And God said, 'Let there be light.' And there was light. And God saw that the light was good, and God separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And there was evening, and there was morning, the first day." There are scientific explanations for what light is. We've studied it. We know how it travels, how it interacts with people and things, the effect it has on our emotions by either its presence or absence, and a million other observations and insights into the mechanics of light. It's amazing to think of all the ways it is essential to our existence and the ways that we've learned to utilize it for things like the transmission of data through fiber optics, or how we harvest it for energy through solar power, or focus it in surgery in the form of lasers. We manipulate it for increased productivity, and we use it for communication. In fact, you're watching me on a screen right now that emits light in various colors to simulate my image. Genesis tells us that the first thing God did after bringing the universe, both the earth and all that is beyond it, into existence, is to speak light into existence. This is the mind-boggling power of our God. God's voice brought about the existence of something that pervades our entire universe, and without God's choice to bring it into existence, existence as we know it would be wildly different by necessity. Light was a game changer and allowed everything that comes after to be what it is and to be experienced in the way that we experience it. Now let's compare that to John chapter 1. "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was in the beginning with God. All things were made through him, and without him was not anything made that was made. In him was life, and the life was the light of men. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it." Just as God's voice made life as we know it possible by giving us light, the Word of God, Jesus himself, brings about life through the light he brings to us. Our sustenance, our motivation, our purpose and intent all begin with Jesus, and life apart from him makes very little sense without the light he provides. I love you, and I pray today that God will provide you with the light of Christ in your life, helping you to see clearly what your life should be.